a few years ago when Jim Furyk was a Ryder Cup captain, Bob Rotella was his kind of team sports psychologist. And Rotella's been around the game since the early 80s. Isn't really much of a technique guy or a data guy, but he's heard it all. They were driving back from one of the matches, and Jim Furyk had two guys that were their analytics guys that would be good at suggesting what players play together in which format based on the course, or they were playing Whistling Straits, and it wasn't Hazeltine. Sorry, yeah. So these two guys said in the car, there's been two technologies that have really changed the game for players. One technology that's really helped them, and one that's really hurt them. And Rotella said, well, what are those? And he said, well, TrackMan's been the most help. And Rotella would have thought, like most of you are probably thinking, that TrackMan has probably helped players optimizing their ball flights with drivers, right? To get the speed that they have, what spin rate do you want to have, what launch angle do you want to have, what's your angle of attack. So these guys said, actually, that's not what TrackMan has helped. It's been for the power players, the wedge games, and the ability to figure out how to manage the speed and the spin that top players have. And I thought that was really interesting. We saw when Dustin Johnson won the U.S. Open at Oakmont, Butch Harmon was coaching them with their wedge, games as well. And you saw Koepka and Justin Thomas hitting a lot of shots with wedges. And for these players that have that much speed and that much angle of attack with a wedge, that we see a lot of top players not be able to handle the distance the ball goes, or maybe the distance the ball stay on the green. And then they talked a little bit about, hey, there's different ways to manage how you can take yardage off a shot. You can regulate the distance that's going by. I'm going to take it back to 730. I'm going to take it back to 9 to 1030, whatever that is. Some people do it choking down on the grip. I think Justin Thomas has the nice solution. He just slows the swing down, doesn't he? He can make that long, beautiful swing that looks patient in transition. It can regulate how far he hits those wedges a variety of different ways. We've seen Fowler chokes down, Garcia chokes down, Rory chokes down. There's a lot of different ways to do it. But I thought, man, this is what we can do with all the different wedge options you have here, and learn how to manage your distances. So if the best players in the world are doing it, everybody here should do it.
Justin's probably the best at doing that. Who are some of the players that excite you the most in the modern game when it comes to short game?
I still don't see anybody quite with the creativity as Jordan Spieth. We said that before about the variety of shots that he can hit. It's interesting working for NBC. They have their digital platforms called Peacock, and they sent out a text last year to a bunch of their subscribers that said the player was 2 shots back with 9 holes to go, and you're out picking apples with your family or whatever. What player was the one that made him go back? And it was Jordan Spieth, and it was, I would have thought Rory, but they said no, Rory's too predictable. He's been hit 350 down the middle on the par 5 16th. He's in 6 degrees, 230. Jordan's going to hit it in the production trailer, get a free drop that's going to take an hour. They're just going to hit it across the fairway, hit somebody in the head, sign his ball, hit it over and chip it in, right? And that, I see Jordan is a guy that just absolutely, you want to watch him hit every shot, you want to hear. He and Michael Geller, his caddy, talk about conversations they would have. Yeah,